Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Antoinette and I'm a New Zealander currently living in Germany. And I've been making quite a few videos lately talking about my life as an expat here in Germany. And I've decided to make a video talking about things that I miss about New Zealand, my country, my homeland. I really hope I managed to hold it together for this video because honestly I've been feeling quite homesick lately. I've been missing New Zealand a lot. As much as I love Germany and I do consider Germany my second home, I feel very much at home here. I go through phases where I really miss New Zealand. I get extra homesick when I haven't been in New Zealand for quite a while and I don't know when I'm going to be going back. And the last time I was in New Zealand was over Christmas and New Year. I went there with my family, with my husband and my 2 children, and we stayed for 6 weeks, which was absolutely amazing. It's definitely very bittersweet being an expat and having a strong connection with 2 countries and 2 cultures, because no matter where you are, you're always going to be like missing something or missing somebody, and it's really hard. You need to be really strong. When I'm in Germany, there's always this little ache in my heart where I'm missing New Zealand, I'm missing my family and friends and things about New Zealand. And the same goes for if we ever decide to move to New Zealand. I will always be missing Germany because it's ingrained in me now. It's part of me now. Okay, I'm going to get into it. What I miss the most about New Zealand, and this is a very obvious one, I miss the people, I miss my family, and I miss my friends. And this is the hardest part for me about living in Germany, missing the ones that I love. And, you know, New Zealand is a long, long way away. I can't think about that too much. I can't think about the distance too much because it's so hard. The person that I miss the most, without doubt, is my darling mother. And she is like my best friend, my soulmate. I love her so much, and I just wish so much that we could live in the same country, in the same city. You know, it's very, very hard not being close to my mum, especially having kids. You know, I have to look on the bright side. We are very, very lucky that we live in a time where we have amazing technology. I can talk to my mum on FaceTime or Skype, you know, in a second if I need to. And one of the things that I miss so much in New Zealand are the beaches. I come from an area of New Zealand called Hawke's Bay, and we're surrounded by beautiful beaches. One beach in particular that holds a very special place in my heart is a beach called Waimarama. And I used to go to Waimarama every summer as a child. We had a beach house there, and Waimarama is my happy place. It's a place that actually reminds me of my dad, and my dad actually died of leukemia when I was 12, and Waimarama was a place that he loved so much, and I go there when I want to be close to my dad. It's the most beautiful beach I've ever been to, and I don't know whether it's because I have a lot of memories there and it holds a lot of sentimental value to me, but I just think it's an amazing, peaceful place. There's also a lot of other beautiful beaches nearby. There's Ocean Beach on the way to Waimarama. That's another very beautiful beach. I miss the smell of the sea salt in the air and just relaxing in the ocean, and, you know, just the sea breeze. When I'm having a bad day, sometimes I just like close my eyes and I'm back at Waimarama Beach. Another thing that I miss about New Zealand are the beautiful sunsets, and we do have some beautiful sunsets here in Germany, but you have not seen a sunset till you've been to the Southern Hemisphere. The sunsets in New Zealand are absolutely magnificent. The entire sky is just this beautiful red, orangey colour. I've just got memories of my dad like calling me out to look at the beautiful sunset, and we'd all just like stand out there and watch the sunset. Another thing that I really miss about New Zealand are the stars. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've ever visited New Zealand or Australia. The stars in the Southern Hemisphere are just like the sunsets. They're magnificent. In Germany, you don't see a lot of stars in the sky at night, but in New Zealand, you look up and there are thousands and thousands of beautiful stars. I have a lot of really great memories of just lying out on the beach in summertime and looking up at the stars, like the beautiful stars, and talking about life and the universe. Another thing that I really miss about New Zealand, and I could probably talk forever about the subject, but I miss the food in New Zealand. And yes, don't get me wrong, Germany has delicious food too, and there's a lot of things in Germany that you can't get in New Zealand, but there's also a lot of things from New Zealand that you can't get in Germany. One of the foods that I miss so much are the apples in New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand apples, you cannot beat them. Yes, you can get New Zealand apples in Germany. The supermarkets are full with them, but they do not taste the same. You have to think that these apples have travelled a long, long way to get to Germany, and they actually pick the apples when they're not quite ripe and they're ripened on the trip over, and they just do not taste the same. My favourite type of New Zealand apple is a breed called Pacific Rose. A Pacific Rose apple, in my opinion, is just the ultimate apple. It is absolute perfection. It is the crispiest, crunchiest, juiciest apple I've ever had. I think I was spoiled with the apples in New Zealand because no matter where I go, nothing compares to the apples in New Zealand. Another fruit that I really, really miss in New Zealand is a fruit called feijoa. And feijoas, they have a very acquired taste. They're quite sour, quite tart, but when they're really ripe, they are a little bit sweet. And they're just absolutely delicious. It's very hard to explain the taste of a feijoa. But my very favourite dessert, my favourite combination is feijoas and vanilla ice cream, and oh, it's just like the perfect combination. It is so delicious. And I don't know if you can get feijoas anywhere else in the world. Maybe you can, but I haven't seen them anywhere else, and yeah, I miss feijoas so much. I also miss the sweet corn in New Zealand in summertime, just a fresh cob of sweet corn with butter and pepper and salt. The sweet corn that you get here in Germany just doesn't taste the same. In New Zealand it's just so juicy and sweet, and we eat a lot of corn on the cob, especially in summertime in New Zealand, and I just, oh, it's like, I love it. I can have like for dinner 5 cobs of sweet corn, and I just never get sick of sweet corn. I love it so much. And another vegetable that I really miss in New Zealand is the kumara. And the kumara is basically a sweet potato which is grown in New Zealand. And it is not just a regular sweet potato, it is like a white, kind of slightly purple sweet potato. And you can get similar sweet potatoes in Germany, but they don't taste the same. These are just so sweet and just so, I can't explain. They're just so delicious. And we have them, you can have them mashed, and my favourite way to have kumara is roasted in the oven. And it's just a really delicious vegetable. And still on the subject of food, I can't stop talking about food, but my favourite meal of all time is a leg of New Zealand lamb with roast vegetables, roast potatoes and kumara and, you know, greens and gravy, and oh, it is so delicious. My mum cooks the most delicious roast dinner, and we've adopted that tradition from England. But yeah, a lot of New Zealanders will have a roast lamb on a Sunday for lunch. You can get lamb in Germany, but it is very expensive. You can actually get New Zealand lamb in Germany. But in New Zealand, you have these big, huge legs of lamb, and it's just so juicy and so delicious. Also, another thing that I really miss about New Zealand is just that kind of chilled, relaxed vibe, kind of like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. If anyone's been to New Zealand, you'll know that people are very, very open and very, very friendly and welcoming in New Zealand. And sometimes it's really hard being a foreigner. People don't really understand you. They don't know what you're about. And when I'm in New Zealand, it's just such a nice feeling to be able to just talk and just have people understand exactly what I'm about, you know, not so much just like the English, but the New Zealand kind of way. I miss it. I really, really do miss that. Another thing that I miss about New Zealand is the beautiful nature, and I didn't appreciate this when I lived in New Zealand, but I certainly appreciate it now. Germany is also a very beautiful country, but New Zealand has a very unique kind of beauty. It's like no other place I have ever been to in the world. The scenery is just like mind-blowing. So guys, there are a lot of other things that I miss about New Zealand. I think I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this video. But I'm a very proud New Zealander, a proud Kiwi, and I'm also a proud Kiwi German. And I think I'm very, very lucky to be able to experience 2 beautiful countries and 2 amazing cultures. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up, and I would love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be awesome. Also, if you've got Instagram, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of pictures of my life here in Germany. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!